first GenXers.
Poetic beats, poetic beats, poetic beats, poetic beats.
All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? Let me tell y'all a little something. Let me see. Hold on. There we go. Okay, sorry, I was getting a little feedback and echo in my headset, so had to fix that. All right.
We know you were drooling over that Mickey D's commercial that leads in.
Hey,
You guys
man.
have no
Hey,
chill, man.
I love me some Mickey D's. I
What
ain't
the
gonna
We ain't
lie.
hell?
got time for we ain't
I ain't
got
gonna
time
lie.
we ain't got time for chill anymore, man.
Nope. Who needs to chill, man? Don't nobody need to chill. We need to chill. We need to fire it up. Let's go. All right. So for those of y'all who are paying attention to some of the hottest topics right now out there on Twitter, etc., pop culture topics, one of the hottest things going right now is the outrage, outrage over Beyonce winning the best country album for her most recent album, which she decided to venture into the country genre. How dare she?
Yeah,
Well,
how dare a girl from Texas try a country album?
try country music.
I mean,
To me, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to state it like this, and y'all can take it from here with your thoughts. But for me, whether people like to admit it or not, Hootie and the Blowfish was a country band. I don't care what nobody says. The way that Darius Rucker laid out the songs, the way that he sang the songs, Hootie and the Blowfish was not a rock band. They were a country band. Period. Anyway, so go ahead. Your thoughts on Beyonce winning the Grammy. Saying kick us off.
you know, I am so glad that she got it.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan necessarily of her or of the country genre in general, but it's fine. It doesn't affect me. So, you know, this this isn't the Grammys awarding the inaugural Best Heavy Metal Award to Jethro Tull with that heavy metal flute going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No. Okay. This is perfectly fine, and it's a repeat of the whole outrage that happened over Little Nas X. You know,
Yep.
same source, same voices, same criticisms. And, listen to Dolly Parton. Jesus, she has come out and had nothing but love for expanding the representation in the country music genre that Beyonce and Nas X did.
I am
You
all
know?
for artists switching genres. Look at MGK.
Yeah.
Eminem ran him out of rap and he went and found another genre to be a part of, and now he has a home. Go on, Saint.
Okay,
Man,
okay, because I'm
spitting the
gonna
spitting the fire here.
listen, because I'm fixing to spin this as best as I can. First of all, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to the one and only the boss, world class gamers in the building, and also say hello to our one and only moderator Diva, the one and only C. John Tay in the building. Okay, so let's go ahead. All right, rewind this. Okay, so I understand Beyonce got this album. Okay, but let's kind of like retrace back a little bit history. Back in the 70s, there was an R&B group, a very special R&B group that ran that actually won a Grammy for best country performance, and that would be the Pointer Sisters. Okay, let's just keep that, let's keep that straight. And then Lionel Richie
It was out.
just did a whole ass album called Tuskegee, which he had duets with Willie Nelson, the late Jimmy Buffett. Um, who else was it? The late Kenny Rogers. Okay. The album Country Carter, it was all right. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that it is the best in country music because trust and believe you me, there are a lot more artists, and I'm not necessarily saying white or black artists for that fact. It's just that, well, it sounded a little pop to me, and I listen to music every day, and it's like I have
There
to
is
be
a pop
able to
country
break
genre.
down. No,
Yeah,
no, no, I get
yeah.
that,
You know,
but no, and I
Shania
get that.
Twain, and like that's all pop country.
But okay, but yeah, I get that. But I mean, you have pop country, then you have traditional country,
Right.
then you have, you know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you.
It's just different subgenres within the
There's
fact.
Willie
but
Nelson and there's Garth
it was
Brooks. Like they're both country, but they're two different sounds. Or you could even say Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson, both country, two different
we can
sounds.
even go back as far as Hank Williams Sr., but
Yeah, very true.
we don't want to call
Very
the
true.
kettle black. However, though, the simple fact is that listen, she did the album. It was okay.
Yeah.
For whatever reason she had, Jolene, I will admit, was decent,
Yeah.
for a remake, because I hate remakes. I hate them.
I hate them unless they're done by Wyclef Jean.
No. See, the only person, and he only messed up one track. The only man that could do a remake and make it his own was the late great Luther Vandross. Okay,
Okay.
you have to, yeah, you
I-
have to. Have
Go on, Dave.
that.
I'm gonna let you get your point, in, but
gotta
I
have
got to
that.
get at you on that.
I'm not arguing your points about Luther Vandross, except for the only. Okay? Johnny fucking Cash with Hurt
Yeah, that's one of the best covers. Like, yeah,
ever. I mean,
I can agree with that.
and Whitney did a great job with "I Will Always Love You."
Oh yeah.
Turned that into her own.
That
But
was two, yeah, but that's also two. That was also two different genres, and
Right.
and I mean, and two different genres, and then also, Hurt um, also had a special twist to
in that,
to that.
it's right.
But
But
the only
definitely Rage is not exactly country music.
Sure.
Oh,
true,
Sure.
Yeah.
true.
Well,
Well,
okay.
I was
So
just gonna make one final point.
go for it. Go for it.
I will tell you this: Superstar, the Carpenters, Luther Vandross turned the entire track into a slow jam and made it probably one of the best things since the invention of sliced bread.
Okay. Now,
Seacrest out.
now look. Here's why
Here we
I've
go.
said I push back on you when it comes to king of remakes. Is that for me? I have heard Wyclef Jean remake 3 songs, and to be honest with you, I don't think there's been a bad one amongst them. And one was with the Fugees. That was a Wyclef produced song, but "Killing Me
Yep.
Softly" was amazing because of Lauryn Hill. Don't get me
Hill,
wrong, I
yes.
recognize that. But the production of that song and keeping it as true to the original, and that's where I give Wyclef
Okay,
a specific.
true to
hold
the
on.
original.
The uh, the beats of the song, like he added hip hop flavor to me without taking away from the original flavor of the song. And
That's
so
what I that's
and
that's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
was gonna say.
Okay.
Because the original flavor of the song had an original flavor before that.
Right, right.
Because
I
the
know.
original artist was Lori Lieberman,
Right, right, right.
not Roberta Flack.
Not Roberta Flack just had the more popular version. Well, I'll say as far as radio play, etc. But no, that was one. The second one that I give him credit for is his take on "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees. Again, added his own flavor, kept a lot of the original feel of the song as far as I felt, in my own personal opinion. And then my third example, in the case of Wyclef versus everybody, no, in this case with Wyclef is this: "Wish You Were Here." His remake of the Pink Floyd track "Wish You Were Here" is literally, to me, almost far and away one of the best remakes of any song I've heard in my life. Like, when you talk about if you play that track and then the original track next to it, it's eerie how close to the original track that is. Body Count attempted something similar with "Comfortably Numb." It was all right. I listened to it. It was good, but Wyclef still took it to a whole nother level. And so that's why I say, to me, I don't necessarily say anybody got to agree with me, but for me, when it comes to remakes or remixes of songs and adding their own flavor without taking away from the original flavor of the song, Wyclef is just the best at it. I have to say that. Hot take, to me, Wyclef is the best at it.
So getting back to the subject at hand, the Grammys
Yes.
and Cowboy Carter.
Yes. But no, yeah. But as far as Cowboy Carter goes, it's like this to me. As far as I know, and I don't know much about country music. I am not a huge country listener. I liked country during about the 10-year span of time between like 1998 or so and 2010 or so, when like the big stars of country were like Garth and Shania and all of them like that, like Tim McGraw and like those Faith Hill, like those are all pop country stars, and those are all the country. Now, don't get me wrong, I love me some Willie Nelson from back in the day. I do. But that's where I stay when it comes to the country genre. So I don't know really a lot of what's out there. Somebody had to tell me that the Lil Nas X song was supposed to be a country song, because I thought it was another rap or another rap song. So
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with the genre. But all I know is when it was out, when it was first coming out, and I'm not just talking about negative, I'm talking about positive as well. All I heard people talk about was that album for like 6 months after it dropped. So quality of the album or not, according to what the metrics would say, if you look at the crowd reaction to it, it was the best country album this year. Like, that's how I look at it.
Yeah, and like I said, Pop, the Grammys are known for having epic screw ups and
True.
stuff. But that's exactly why one of the best jokes in the Simpsons was a Grammy. Homer promoting the fact that they won a Grammy. So, but more to the point that when you're allowed to experiment within a genre, when you're allowed to bring in outside aesthetics into a genre, you're expanding genre. You're expanding the reach. You're expanding the capability. You're expanding the audience.
And that should be the biggest
I
goal
mean,
when it comes to music, is expand your audience as wide as
biggest
possible.
goal. Exactly.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Grammys are coming,
A lot of our
smack dab within Black.
to close
They're
this
coming
segment.
right smack dab within Black History Month, and
Yeah.
a lot of white folks are already on edge and testy about that. So, hate
Hey.
to say it, but
Hey, but here's the thing about it. Here's the thing I will say to close it out. We all know that things like the Grammys, the American Music Awards, the Oscars, they're really not about the quality of what they are judging. They are more so about the popularity of what they are judging. Um, Now, the Oscars is the one that does fly in the face of that a little bit because normally Best Picture, the nominees for Best Picture, there's normally maybe one or two movies that was really, really popular because, for like a 10-year span, if it was really about popularity, all five movies for Movie of the Year would have been Marvel movies. So if it was just based on popularity. So I'm not saying that it's a popularity
Yeah.
contest, but I do think that in the nominations, they're true to trying to find the best of the best. But I think when it comes down to who the winner is, it's about who they think is going to get the best reaction. In other words, who the people are going to be okay with the most. I think that you're right.
Right.
The
And-
Grammys misjudged this. They thought by giving it to Beyonce that there was going to be this moment and everybody was going to be happy about it, and it wasn't. They just missed it.
Yeah.
They missed
Yeah,
the mark.
like I said, it's not nearly as bad as Jethro Tull winning for best heavy metal
Over
album.
bands like Metallica and
Yeah.
Oh, you might as well just go on ahead. You know what? You might as well just go on ahead and pull out that Pat Boone album in a metal mood
Yep.
and try to get it figured out.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck, man?
All right, y'all.
It's-
So I'm gonna let that close us out, and we are going to jump into the first segment. I'm not even gonna call it your favorite. It's just the first segment of the show, and that is Pop Culture Corner. That's right, y'all. We talk everything pop culture, but you're gonna say to yourself, didn't y'all just get done talking about pop culture? Yes, and now we're going to talk about it again because this is actually the official segment. Okay?
Actually, I'm going to segue us into this pop culture corner
Okay.
with a little bit of news that the Prince of Darkness himself has announced a final concert.
Ozzy,
Yes,
huh?
Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy is retiring. He's going out with Black Sabbath in a final concert. That's just been announced. Yep. So,
Ozzy,
he
here's the
is
thing about
going-
here's the thing I love about Ozzy. Ozzy was too old to be on tour back when he was doing Osbournes, but still did it for like another 10 years.
Yep.
Like that man should have been sitting on his couch 15 years ago. Not because he wasn't
Ooh.
performing good. I'm talking about the last performance, that stage performance that I saw him in. The man had to sit in a chair not because he wanted to, but because he couldn't get up and move around the stage. So he literally sat in a chair and had a mic right in front of him. And I'm like, Ozzy, I understand you love what you do, bro. At this point, like, that sunset is calling you, brother.
It's done.
That sunset is
It's
calling you.
done.
So I'm so glad he finally answered because he deserves the rest that he's going to get because that man has been influential in music for almost the past 4 decades. Not just rock, but in hip hop, rap, etc. He's been influential. What's up, Saint?
And granted, but the way the music industry is, sometimes you have to go out and get that, tour. Sometimes you have to, the groups like Black Sabbath or even the Rolling Stones, these are groups that, they'll always have some kind of check with some kind of royalties or, some kind of deal. But then, sometimes you got to kind of like go out with a bang because, a lot of these great brands, they're retiring, and especially the ones that are of our age. Yeah. They're, they're
Yeah. And
And rightfully so,
Speaking-
man. We watched them grow old right before our eyes. Keith Richards is unhuman. Like, they need to test him. There's no way that man should be still going as strong as he is. And
he's proof.
Huh?
Keith Richards is proof that a bard can indeed transition into lichdom.
Yep. I'm like, well, for me, I've always said this. This is what amazes me. They were old when I was young. Like, so when I was a kid, they were already old. So like Keith Richards is he's got to be close to 100 by now. Like, because I could have swore he
He's
was in his
past 80
50s when
at
I
this
was a
point,
young kid.
yeah.
What's up?
Well, Mick Jagger is in his 80s, and they're still touring, like they're still getting the fuck out and making that bread. And I think the Rolling Stones is probably one of the only bands that have continuously toured
Yep.
over the
Almost
years.
their entire career. Yep.
Man, like
Yeah.
since the 80s.
Yep.
Yeah.
Them and the Grateful Dead.
And
Like, yep.
speaking of the elders, yep. Speaking of the elder statesmen of music, I know that we normally talk about comic books, but given guest appearances, this is comic book tangential. Um, we've got word that Wu-Tang is back in the kitchen cooking again. They're going to be doing a new album.
Dang. But now you know that's only going to come out in China because according to Dave Chappelle, the Asian coalition took the Wu-Tang Clan.
Ooh.
What? That's one of my
No,
favorite skits.
I'm really
The
looking.
racial
I'm
draft
really
is
looking.
my favorite.
I'm
Dave
really
Chappelle shit.
looking.
Go ahead, say.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm looking forward to anything that's Wu-Tang related. Period.
Mhm.
Shout out and rest in peace to ODB. You feel me? It's like, you got to have a little bit of the chef. You got you got the RZA, you got the Gizza, you got the Inspector Debt method. You know what I'm saying? Like
Man,
just a Ghostface killer. It's
I
just
can't wait to hear it. I will be listening as soon as I
yes.
can because anything Wu-Tang Clan, is going to be. Here's what I'm liking. Just to tangent off of that, Dave. Here's what I'm liking that I'm seeing right now. This surge of old school artists putting out new albums. Like we talked about this a few weeks ago. Snoop, LL, like these Ice-T, like all these old school OG guys. Like, nah, dude. Like, hey, we could have dropped this shit whenever the fuck we wanted. We just was cool with chilling. Like, but y'all wanna draw us out. All right, cool. Here we go. I think even Will Smith is putting together a new music album. Like I saw something on Facebook or something the other day.
Yeah. Well, I see.
You never know, man. I
No,
didn't know
I'll
about.
put it
Will
to you.
Smith
Well, no, well,
Will Smith needs to take Jaden in hand and
yeah,
say,
yeah,
"Look, son, you a damn fool."
yeah, mm, yeah. Like,
But
I mean,
I'm
no,
just
no.
saying.
Listen. I love when Will Smith was the Fresh Prince. He's the DJ. I'm the rapper. Best of their entire run. Well, home base was okay,
Yeah,
but
home base
there's
had one of their
some
hottest
that
tracks.
still had it. Yeah, you know, there's some that still have it, and then there's some that has to, like, you gotta kind of reinvent yourself. And Will Smith is one of those that kind of needs to
I
get
don't know.
back in there and reinvent himself.
He needs
I
he
would be
needs a
inclined to
picture.
disagree, but okay, I can respect that opinion.
No,
Will
trust. The only reason I say that is because a lot of the artists that have come out, like all these albums, you got Missionary by Snoop. He's talking OG shit. Juicy J from 3 6 Mafia.
Yeah,
That album, keep forgetting the name of it again, but I listened to it. It was on some jazz shit. Okay. It's, grown folks in our age, a lot of these people, we listen to this music and we understand it, because the youngsters are not understanding. They really don't fuck
yeah.
with that music, fuck with us anyway in that. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'll say
But
this.
let's
This
let,
is
let,
this is the hold on. I will state this
okay, yeah,
just
yeah.
as one small before you take us off. The reason why I say he doesn't need to is for the past 15 years, rap has been evolving around Will Smith, and Will Smith has stayed successful by staying Will Smith. Every one of his albums, Big Willie style, so on and so forth, they came out after you seen guys like Dre coming back, Eminem, Meth, Redman putting out hot shit. With Will stayed successful, staying Will. Like I don't see a reason to change himself now when being himself has been so successful as far as from a
Well,
music
then you could
standpoint.
speak on it. Then you could speak on that with LL Cool J, because LL Cool J
Yeah.
was still dropping
And to
albums
me, I think LL went
consecutively.
back to his on bad days as far as his sound for this last album. I think he had a very similar
Not
sound. It was just newer beats and newer people working with them. But his flow, his cadence,
No,
sound very similar to what he
no
was.
his production was exclusively done by the one and only Q-Tip of
Yeah,
a Tribe Called Quest,
yeah.
and
Always putting out bangers.
that new distinctive kind of like some of it was kind of brand new, and then had about maybe 10% of boom bap in there, but
So
I don't know. I don't know. Album of the year for me for the rest of these new G's are for me is Redman, and that
nice.
is the quintessential of almost perfection.
Redman is savage.
Yeah.
He is a
But
savage. Go on,
what
Dave.
I
You
was
was gonna
going
take us.
what I was going to say, and let's close out this part of it, is that the only thing Will Smith needs to do is get an acting role to remind us that he can, in fact, act and not just be Will Smith in a costume, cosplaying whatever character they want him to be. That he needs to get back to the hungry days when he needed to prove that he could act.
Yeah.
You know, 6 degrees of separation days. Okay.
I am glad that you brought that up because I talk about that constantly. That like if you think about a lot of the major artists from back then, not just music artists but film actors, a lot of them had this one film that you were just like, okay, that was something completely different from anything they've ever done. You know,
Yep.
like Samuel L. Jackson, 187. Like if you look at the rest of his catalog, there's a lot of similarities there. 187 was something that was completely the opposite direction. And I don't mean in the sense that he didn't say a lot or anything like that. I just mean in the fact that he the type of character that he was playing and how he played it. And so Will Smith, 6 Degrees of Separation was exactly that. We had known Will from Fresh Prince of Bel Air, from being the Fresh Prince with DJ Jazzy Jeff, and always being the goofy dude and dumb dancing and all that. And here was Will Smith playing this very serious character, and not only a serious character, but a gay man. Like it was just like, okay, dude, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think I'm
Well,
gonna start taking you
he
seriously.
actually did it. Yeah, he actually did a movie. He did a movie before that. His actually was his debut movie role. I can't remember the name of the movie right offhand, but he played a paraplegic.
Did he?
Yeah,
Yeah. Like
yeah.
see, and that's what blows my mind about what's being said. Is it's like we shouldn't need to be. We already have an entire catalog that shows Will Smith knows how to act. Like from Pursuit of
Yeah.
Happiness to 6 Degrees of Separation to Independence Day, we know the man can act. We just need people to get over the damn Oscars slap and just give him a role.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like get okay. Yeah, he slapped Chris
Mhm.
Rock. It wasn't his
Oh,
best moment.
you know what? I
Like,
just thought about that. Can we bring a little bit of something? So
sure.
what's going on with this next rumor about Jonathan Majors being returned to the Marvel universe?
That's
If it ain't his Kang, I don't
something
want it.
that's still in the initial. It's just it's just starting to
We
make
need
the
answers.
Yeah.
we do need answers. Yeah. On that note, the fired producer for X-Men 97, Bo DeMeo,
Mm,
who was also heavily involved in the production of the new Blade movie.
nice.
Mhm.
Uh, he just got put a video notice out outlaying his version of the events.
Really
And it's not looking too good for Marvel and Disney,
nice. Really.
where, yeah, uh, basically it's coming down to um, someone who was on production staff who was under him
Mm,
didn't like being under the supervision of a black man,
really.
much less a gay black man,
Wow.
and started sabotaging things from within. Where Bo
Okay.
was trying to continue the characters in the presentations that we know and love.
Mm.
This guy was saying, no, we need to make it new and fresh. So how about Jubilee shooting her plasmoids out of her mouth? Or she's exploding them in the air into a giant middle finger to the bad guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are bad ideas.
Yeah. So this was the guy that was coming up with all the stuff against Bo. And
That's
the
fuckery.
the internal Disney management was believing him over Bo.
That's, yeah.
Again, who knows at this point? But in further Marvel drama, Rob Liefeld,
Yes.
the kid genius of the 90s, creator of Deadpool, says he is done with Marvel, both the MCU and Marvel Comics completely, because
That's
he
insane.
feels like he has been completely disrespected by the MCU and slighted at every turn, calling out not just Disney executives, but Kevin Feige. He said that on the red carpet for Deadpool and Wolverine, he was standing right next to Kevin Feige, and Feige did not acknowledge him in any way.
Yeah, y'all know what I got to
He
say.
says that he was saying that he and his family were not invited to the after party of the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere, unlike the previous couple Deadpool films made by Fox.
Mm.
Now, just a personal anecdote. We all know what Rob is kind of like.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, we've interacted with him at conventions.
Yes, we have.
Well, you guys have. I have not.
Our boy, friend of the program, Jamil, has had interactions with Rob Liefeld
Yeah.
to the point where Rob physically launched himself over his exhibitor's table to attack Jamil.
Wow. That's insane. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yes. So we can kind of safely say that Rob can be full of himself at times.
Yeah.
Now, this is also all coming from him. We have not yet heard Disney's side of the story.
Yeah.
We don't know, or Kevin Feige's side of the story, in fact. We don't know what's happening.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I'll open up. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, but last note for me on this. And yes, while Rob Liefeld did create the design for Deadpool, it was the writing of Fabian Nisha later on that created the Merc with the Mouth. That became...
He created the base character, but the
cultural,
personality belongs
right,
to somebody else. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, to give you an example, Jack Kirby created Black Panther.
Right.
Jack Kirby and Stan Lee created Black Panther. Black Panther in 1963's Fantastic Four was a far cry from the Black Panther that we saw in the MCU that was developed by Ta-Nehisi Coates, Reggie Hudlin, Christopher Priest.
Yeah.
When they got those black creators writing for T'Challa, that's when
the characters became more depth.
when the character, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
For sure.
So, that's how, just because you create a character does not mean that that's how the character is going to stay.
Right. Well,
Another Kirby note, X-Men note. Back when uh, the X-Men first came out, Beast was basically mutant Ben Grimm. He was the strong athletic pug, just
right.
with more acrobatics. It wasn't until like issue 5 or 6 of X-Men that Hank McCoy became the super genius that he's been since
Ever
then.
since. Somebody actually added some depth to the character. But I'll say the one thing that
No,
throws me off.
Kirby actually did. Kirby actually did that.
Yeah.
Kirby and Lee did that to him. So that's why they can take full credit for just
Full
about
credit,
everything for Beast. Yeah.
But no, what I'll say was with Rob Liefeld, the only thing that you said that to me supports exactly the image that you guys have gained of him is the comment about Kevin Feige. Because as I joked and quipped when we were off air, I was unaware that Kevin Feige was under some obligation to acknowledge him just because he was within his presence. Or standing within a couple of feet of him. If Kevin Feige is over here doing an interview with Entertainment Weekly, standing on the red carpet, and you're over here, it doesn't mean that Kevin Feige, at least in my opinion, doesn't mean that Kevin Feige has to trounce across the red carpet, acknowledge you, shake your hand, thank you for everything you've given us, and then go about his business. No. Dude did his interview and probably went on about his business. And you mad because he didn't come acknowledge you?
Dude,
Like
Kevin Feige was.
that kind of screams like I'm the center of the universe vibes.
Yes.
Like
Feige
you could have
had
just walked
his
over to Kevin
mind
Feige and said hi
on-
yourself.
Yeah. Kevin Feige had everything that Marvel is currently going through on his mind to keep the narrative straight and to answer the questions in a way that's not going to make the whole situation worse.
Right.
That's where his focus is on, and that's where it should be on. You know,
Saint,
it
any
happens.
You know me, nope, not walking into that minefield.
Okay.
Yep. And with my last little update for this pop culture corner is going to be web studio Rooster Teeth is coming back. The co-founder Bernie Burns has bought Rooster Teeth back from Warner Brothers Discovery. And Rooster Teeth, they've given us stuff like Ruby, RWBY, Red versus Blue, and Genlock.
Nice.
So
Yeah, that little DC crossover it was meh
right.
at best.
So yeah, so it's coming back, and we'll hope that they can bring the quality back to the Rooster Teeth portfolios.
Right on.
And that's pretty much all that I've come up with for pop culture.
I have an interesting just subject for you here to chew on. Title of the article reads, I turned myself in. Michael Bay says he was arrested for breaking into the Vatican. He's recognized for his huge passions for blowing things off in his films in a theatrical way. In real life, the filmmaker seems to have gotten himself in a new video on his Instagram account, Transformers Maker claimed he was arrested for trespassing at the Vatican, which is the Roman Catholic Church headquarters, an independent state in Europe surrounded by Rome, Italy. The filmmaker has all his followers guessing after his short clip where he seemingly documented his trip to the Vatican and breaking in. At the same time, the internet believes there's more to this story. So what do y'all think? Did Michael Bay really break into the Vatican and get caught? Or is this just something he's trying to up his cred for? What do y'all think?
I say cap.
Corey, we don't try to sound like the young kid. You can just say he's lying.
No.
Okay.
No. Trust and believe you me. I use it often. I don't know. I don't think that. I don't know if that can happen. That's kind of like
I would need to see
that's
documentation.
like that's kind of like trying to break into Fort Knox. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you can really think about it. You can think about ways you could probably get in there, but nah,
Well, you
it's
can
not
get
worth
in
it.
because they do tours of the Vatican. You can sign up and pay for
Yeah, but if
tours.
we're talking about,
Like you
I'm
can
pretty
get
sure
in,
you
you
can
just
get
can't
to.
go anywhere. You just ain't making it past wherever they take you on the tour. But the getting in, that's the easy
True.
part.
Yeah.
Nah. But no,
Um,
I go on, Dave.
I am not affected by this in any way, shape, or form.
Mm.
I'm not Catholic. I'm not really the only Michael Bay film that I've really enjoyed has been The Rock. Um,
Hey, I enjoyed the original Transformers. It had its flaws, but I thought it was good.
Hey, no, no, no. Hey, man, I just want to find some rockets.
yeah.
You're killing me, man. Killing me.
So yeah, but so it's this isn't a case of injustice
Yeah.
being continued that I feel that I need to shout my big yap off about to try to
I don't know.
boost
Like I
the
said,
signal about.
yeah.
It's like you know
The dude
it's
says he
kind
did
of
it.
nothing but
Maybe he
yeah,
did.
dude says he did, but I mean it's not like everybody, all the patriots crapping on Anthony Mackie the week
Yeah.
before, you know, Captain America New World Order comes out because he dared speak truth to power.
Uh,
You know,
yeah. Well,
it's not anything like that. It's just like, sure, whatever. I feel about like how I feel about celebrity divorce cases. And
hey, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, man, look, I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna lie. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard had me hooked. I wanted to know what dirt was gonna come out next. I was here for the tea. I had everything ready, 4 cubes of sugar, and I wanted it all. Shitting on your pillow, really, bro? Tell me more. Like, I ain't gonna lie, dude. Some of these, there's some of them. I don't care what the result is. I don't care if they stay together or break up. All I know is I want the dirt. I want to know what's going on in them Hollywood bedrooms. What other creepy shit? Puffy got lotion. Puffy got gallons of lotion at his house, and fucking Amber Heard shitting on people's pillows. What other kind of creepy ass shit are y'all out there doing in Hollywood? Talk to me, please. I want to know.
I don't think I want to know because you might find out something about one of your favorite celebrities,
yeah,
and
Hey man,
you'll
I lived
just
through that
like
already.
you just want to go through shock.
so
I was like, I lived through that
and
already. I lived through Bill Cosby, so I can live through anything
oh
else. Like,
yeah,
there ain't another
No,
thing that you
there's
yeah,
can say
but
about
no, we're
another
talking
celebrity.
about trust and believe you me. Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby is light work with some of the stuff that I've
yeah,
heard about. So
But the
yeah.
thing
yeah.
about it is, this is not anything new, and that's something I did want to touch on with that. I love it how people are acting like this stuff that they're finding out about Hollywood is new. Like, bro, like I remember hearing stories in the '80s about shit that was going on in the '70s where niggas was doing coke off of fucking what was the name of that movie? Boogie Nights
Wolf of Wall
is
Street,
supposed to
Boogie
be
Nights,
like
yeah.
a fairly accurate representation of what the
Oh yeah,
culture was back
the,
then.
the
People doing
born
coke off
that
people's
was
asses and naked
that
women
was
rolling
the
around on
porn
roller
Oh,
industry.
skates.
you talking about you okay, yeah. I think 54 would be more of
Studio
the
54,
And
would be more on that instance.
yeah.
so what I'm saying is weird shit been going on in Hollywood since the 30s, since the 20s, since the teens. Like so new weird shit going on in Hollywood should be nothing new to people. Like why we act shocked and outraged. Yeah, it ain't every one of them. There are some
Yeah.
of them that just lead their lives, they go off to their mansions and they do their thing. But it's a good enough portion of them to know that it's going on, and it's still going on.
Yeah, yeah. It's too long a story to get into before we head into the break.
Yeah.
But one of these days, I do need to go off about the original Hollywood scandal of Fatty Arbuckle because that was some fuckery and shit.
Yep. As a sports fan, I had my mind blown. I used to think that Babe Ruth was the all-American dude until I saw that movie Ruth with John Goodman and realized the man was a racist. He hated playing with black people and he beat his
Um,
wife.
no, no, actually, Um, he Babe Ruth actually spent his summers barnstorming around the nation
Really?
and doing exhibition matches against the Negro League ball players.
Okay,
Not
fair
just
enough. I'll
to
retract my
bring,
statement.
not,
Maybe I'm thinking
I'm not
Ty
saying
Cobb.
that the dude was Ty Cobb, hell yes. But Babe Ruth actually said the one pitcher he feared to face and could never hit off of was Satchel Paige.
Big Satch.
And
Satchmo.
yeah, but Babe Ruth, he brought the top Negro players to national attention, and he got them a better payday in exhibitions than they were getting for their professional careers, because he would make sure that they got their fair share of the
Hell yeah.
payday from the exhibition match.
And like I said, I think I was mixing him up with Cobb
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, Ty Cobb was a racist. Ty Cobb was a racist fuck, man.
Yeah. Through and
He
through.
wasn't even
Like,
trying to hide it.
there ain't no doubt in
Yeah.
that, or there ain't no back and forth about that. That one's a lock.
Yeah.
Let's say, but yeah, in general, you find out that people, the people that these people are when they're on camera. There are very few Robin Williams, is what I keep trying to tell
Yes.
people. There are very few people that are what you see. What you saw of Robin Williams, yeah, he was hiding his depression. But what you saw
Yeah.
of Robin Williams in an interview on a random Oprah is what you would see if you ran into Robin Williams walking around in Marin, like just straight chilling. Like it's the same
San
Robin Williams that you would
Francisco.
see. San Francisco,
San,
sorry.
San Francisco. No. Marin's right too. But
Yeah.
San Francisco, Robin Williams was a huge Warhammer fan. He had multiple armies, and he would have to go. He went into the big the stores, the friendly local game stores, to buy up stuff for his army, and he would have to tell attendants, yes, I am him. No, I don't want you to get down on your knees and kiss my feet. Okay, I'm just another customer.
Yeah.
He'd do whatever he'd sign autographs and stuff like that. But when he was there, he wanted to be treated like a regular person,
Just like
like
he
a
was
regular
anybody else,
customer. But yeah, exactly, and that's what a lot of big stars do want. Is that there a lot of them don't. They love the attention. They love getting, being the spotlight. They have to be the spotlight.
Yeah.
But there
I think
are
these
a couple
influencers like
that,
a little bit more than that.
yeah. But there are some that just
Oh yeah.
you know
They
this
soak
is
it up.
what I do. It's not me. It's not necessarily
Yeah.
me. It's just my job.
Well,
Yeah,
I
tru-
just
trust
recently.
and believe. Trust
Go
and
on.
believe that. No, what I was going
Oh,
to say
sorry.
is that trust and believe that because, I've dealt with quite a few celebrities in my wake, and it's just like they just want to be regular people. They just want to
Want
be,
to go about their day? Do their
yeah,
thing.
and that's the way we treat them.
Oh, I was just going to say that what I was thinking of is an interview that I recently saw in a reel with Mark Paul Gosselaar. For those of you who don't remember who Mark Paul Gosselaar is, he was the kid who infamously played Zach Morris on all seasons of Saved by the Bell, including the two new seasons. Literally the only character that was there from one to all the way to the end of the second season of the brand new one with the new kids.
Yep.
And he said that he never had an issue outside of the show with reconciling his character with who he was, because he was like, Zach Morris was so far from the kid that I actually was. I wasn't confident. My hair wasn't blonde. It was dyed for the show. He's like, I didn't get the girl. Like, he's like, none of that was me. So he's like, so I didn't have this identity crisis because I was going and literally playing another character, like somebody that was the complete and utter opposite of me. And he's like, and so I was like, there, I bet that's something that almost every actor, child actor specifically, wishes that they could do, is play a character that is so far away from them that when they come home and become themselves, they're just detached from that character. They don't bring it home and into the house. So, all right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and pause right there. We'll come back, probably talk a little bit more
hold on,
about...
wait a minute, hold on.
What's up?
There is somebody, URL Gray Esquire.
Yes.
It says, hello, first Gen Xers stopping back by via Black Game Girl. Hey, what's up? How you doing? How you doing? That's what's happening.
All right. Thank you. Welcome thank you for
Yep,
joining us
thank you,
today.
sir.
We're going to take a quick break. We will be right back. I believe the break will be around 8 to 10 minutes. And then we will be right back to bring you more, just a little bit more pop culture probably. And then we're going to jump into Monday Night Raw on Netflix and Friday Night SmackDown with the return of Solo. I love you, Solo. Right here on the Cheap Pop Podcast. Peace.
This is now versus then. This is now versus then. Get on your mark, let's go. This is now versus then. Burning up your radio, still turning up the heat with Poetic on the flow. Got you moving to the beats with the Saint as your host. Shout out the collective, hold it down, we gon' clown, that's the lesson. We're Generation X meets Generation Next, with them bangers from the east to the south to the west. Yeah, this how we do it in Sacktown. Slide to the studio, yup, it goes down. These beats gon' pound, waking the game up, told you it goes down. And this is only the intro. Turn the mics on, shout out to my kinfo. Where you at, y'all? Let's get this started. Turn down for what? We about to start the party. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. This is now versus then. This is now versus then. This is now versus then. This is now versus then.
You got to keep it, keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it, keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Sex comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I'm being real with this. Please don't judge me, I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode button, push it, make it do something. No balls for me, cause I'm a loose cannon. I get to choose, camera, switch it up, look up a new banner. Keep smoking on that banner.
They say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But the definition of beauty is distorted. Yeah. Come on. Searching for yourself, so insecure about the way you look, so you go to Miami. You can't find the love within yourself.
Hey, what's up, y'all out there in TV land or Twitchland or whatever we're doing today. My name is Dark Lord 100, aka Double KK Double. I am the host of the Cheap Pop Podcast and the Classroom, as well as your favorite music show, KD5P. I'm here to tell you about the Live 365 lineup that we have coming up starting on February 3rd, Monday, February 3rd. We'll open up Mondays through Fridays with Now versus Then, Deuce, classic episode from the Blog Talk Radio days. We follow that up with an FU Wrestling podcast from Spreaker, starring myself, Double K, and your boy Cole. We follow that up with, again, me, Double K's Classroom, old sports show I used to do, 30 minutes from 6:20 to 6:50. We follow that up with West Coast Bias, myself, O'Malley Duel, and Suave, bringing you sports talk from a few years back. Then we have Now versus Then. That's the centerpiece of our day at 9:35 a.m. with a classic episode of Now versus Then. And every Wednesday at 9:35, you'll get a new episode of Now versus Then, Deuce from Twitch. At 12:45, you'll hear an episode of KD5P, K-Double's Fifth Period Music Class that you can hear right here on Live 365 every Saturday night. You can hear a replay of it every Tuesday night at 12, or Tuesday afternoon at 12:45. You can also listen to at 3:20 the Cheap Pop Podcast, followed by NBT Deuce at 5:30. Great episodes. Probably the same episode from the morning. Lip Gloss and Mics has now moved to the 9:05 slot with a new episode of The Classroom on every Friday. And then we close out our night down and dirty with the Kings and Queens of Porn. That'll be every Monday through Friday right here on Live 365. Catch us at live365.com/First GenXers, or you can go to the Live 365 app, look for the First GenXers Radio Network, and that's where you'll find us. All this and more right here on Live 365. Peace.
Have to say Jaden Daniels has been fun to watch and getting to see him grow, because I think he is going to be a good quarterback. Yes. And so I'm happy that is one of the Monday Night Football games that actually could be a decent game. Yeah. I think I care more about seeing that game, and not just because of him, but I care more about that one than I do the earlier game.
All right, and it's Double K back with you again, host of the Cheap Pop Podcast in the Classroom, also your favorite music show, KD5P, and I'm here to talk to you about the Saturday and Sunday lineup. Last video we did Monday through Friday. This week we're going to do Saturday and Sunday. All these shows will be airing on Saturday and Sunday concurrently till about mid-afternoon, and then we go into two different lineups. On Saturday, Sunday mornings at 12:30 a.m., you get a classic episode of Brick House 2.0. Followed up by Lovely Radio, which is back on the air with First GenXers. And we have Mr. Deacon at 5:15 a.m. Sam Brett Radio now moves up from the 10 a.m. slot to 7:25 a.m. on Saturdays and Sundays, and the 10 o'clock slot now goes to Ms. Optimism, back with us again after a short hiatus. We follow that up with another episode of Lovely Radio at 12:10. And then we get San Brett one more time from at 2:45. You get about an hour and 15-minute episode on Sundays, and you get a full 2-hour episode on Saturdays. That episode will air right before the live episode of K-Double's fifth period music class on Saturday nights from 5 to 8. Right here live on Live 365, where K-Double brings you some of the hottest tunes from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. And then we close out Saturday nights with the Worldwide Wrestling Podcast from 8:15 to 11. So on Sundays, you go from San Brett to 410 The Classroom. 45-minute episode of an old version of The Classroom that we had over on Spreaker. And we'll follow that up with Dirty Talk 101 at 5:30. And we close out with 740, the Worldwide Wrestling Podcast, another great edition of me and your boy Cole. And then we close out at 10 p.m. with the Sidebar. So thank you for listening or seeing me here on Twitch if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube. And join us on any one of our platforms here at First GenXers and Double KK Double Network. You got 2KK2network.com, my website. You also have the twitch.tv/FirstGenXers, and you also have Live 365 where you can find us or you're listening to us here. And we also have for those podcast folks over on Spreaker, a place where you can find the Cheap Pop Podcast and the Classroom on podcast. You can download it and everything. So that's it from me for this week. This time around, I'll be back again with a new schedule as of May 1st. But until then, y'all enjoy this lineup and stay up. Peace. Back. What's up, fellas?
Hey.
All
We're
right.
here.
All
We are
right.
here.
So you
And
guys had a
so-
little something you wanted to bring up right after break. What was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting older. Our brains aren't totally there anymore. And so
Says you, man.
so I realized that last week, Cheap Pop Podcast, we talked about the teaser to the teaser for Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
We did not have out the teaser trailer for Fantastic Four because that dropped Tuesday. What we were talking about was the clip of the excited kids running to the old-timey TV in the electronics store and watching the countdown start.
Yeah.
That was to let us know that it's just a couple more days until the trailer. But now we're
We
going to talk
actually have
about
a trailer.
the teaser trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The actual first look at First Flight. And I gotta say, I am not a huge Fantastic Four fan, but I am looking forward to this with the exact same excitement I felt after the first trailer for Iron Man.
Yeah.
Okay, and because I've seen a lot of criticism, on the all-knowing internets,
On all-knowing internet.
that, well,
Okay.
yeah, we didn't, people are saying, well, we didn't see them use their powers, or blah, 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 blah. That wasn't the point of that
No.
teaser.
It's
The
called
point
a
of the
teaser
teaser
trailer.
Exactly.
Was, yes, but more than that, that teaser trailer on Tuesday was to show that the MCU is capable of doing the one thing, the very one thing that has been missing from every live action Fantastic Four adaptation. The
Okay.
family dynamic. We know that they can do superheroes. They can do superheroes, superpowers all day like nobody's business.
But can you tell
That
a
was never
compelling
in
story?
question.
Yeah.
Can you tell a
Okay.
compelling family story?
Yeah.
And yes, they can.
Go on, Saint.
Okay. I am, I've listened ever since I was a kid. The Fantastic Four was probably one of the favorites from Marvel, other than Spider Man, but not necessarily the Avengers. I had more Fantastic Four comics, especially like from 175 all the way up to 200, and probably a little bit beyond that. Let's face the facts here. This, to me, is probably going to be the best damn adaptation of this story. Case in point, the thing. Look at him. Look at how he's looking. This is some great CGI, okay? Some great CGI. And he looks like the real appropriate. Not nothing against Michael Chiklis, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing against the first guy that played
The thing.
Ben Grimm, and that was back in the 90s. It's been tried twice. They even showed Galactus, the shadow of Galactus. What more can you ask for? Galactus. And then from what I'm understanding, John Malkovich, because he was he was there. I'm hoping and praying that the rumor is true that he plays Red Ghost with the 3 intelligent super apes. The motherfuckers is, man, they were the possibility of kicking. I mean, even Dr. Doom had problems with the Red Ghost. I'm telling you.
I would also accept John Malkovich as Mole Man.
Okay. I don't know these characters.
That's more.
No.
That's more.
Hell,
Danny
come
DeVito
on,
would pull him
man.
off better, but it's the eccentricity.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know in a lot of senses, we know that in comic book lore, he is the first enemy. But from the way I've seen it, I honestly believe that he's gonna be the Red Ghost.
I'm not doubting it, yeah.
I just don't see. I don't know this Fantastic Four. I just don't see any subterranean shit. At least not in the previews or what have you. I mean, I've seen all the wonderment and shit like that, and all the fantastic futuristic 60s cars and type shit. That was definitely like, oh yeah, we knew this was going to be a throwback.
Yeah.
So what earth is this going to be?
Well, here's the thing. It's its own universe, and this is what I am projecting, and I'm agreeing with a lot of people here. It's its own universe that is going to come into play in Avengers Secret Wars, because that's the inflection point for everything that Marvel now has, which is basically they have all their IPs except for Spider-Man and Incredible Hulk. And I would not put it past them to get a deal with Sony and Universal to get those back into the fold.
Oh yeah.
Before Secret Wars.
They are making money. They are making money hand over foot.
Yeah.
They'll be able to buy their way back into at least being able to use them. It's kind of similar to what they did with Spider-Man. They may not have them completely in-house, but they'll be able to use them.
Right, they'll be able to use them. Yeah. No questions there. But there's a difference between using something that you're licensing out and using something that you own creatively.
Right. No, I understand. I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying, they'll find a way, because I was just going to say, there was a point in time where, sorry. Go on, Dave. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, no. But Fantastic Four universe is going to get folded into the 616 as an incursion during Secret Wars.
Yeah. And all I'm saying is that the point I was making was that everybody, there was a point in time, I remember being told this when I was doing the old version of the Cheap Pop podcast, not by but being told this by somebody when I was doing that show and mentioning it on the show, how I was told that Spider-Man would never, like, Sony is never going to give up Spider-Man. You'll never see you'll never see Spider-Man in the MCU, ever. Like, so that Sony's not going to give up that cash cow. And then, like, 3 years later, we were getting Homecoming. You know, and I'm like, so it's like all, if there's any character out there that originally belonged to Marvel and they want to bring them into the MCU makes enough money that Disney and Marvel both will be able to go in and say, look, here's a blank check. How much do you want for us to be able to use this character? You know what I'm saying? Like, we whatever it is. Like, you know, so like, yeah, there's nobody that's off bounds. Like, I don't think there's anybody that will not show up in the MCU. You know, like at some point, Blade. At some point, we're getting that damn Blade movie. When, we don't know. We may all be in our 70s doing the old Cheap Pop podcast by the time we actually get that Blade movie. But who knows? But we will one day.
I doubt it. I doubt it seriously. Right.
I don't know. We'll see. All right, y'all.
Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that Jaden Smith was made this awesome of a Blade?
Not Jaden Smith. No. You want to know why? Because Willow will be playing Shuri. No, sorry. By that point. No offense, Will. Love you, love your kids. My bad.
You two deserve to get shot right now.
I don't want to get slapped. It's okay.
You deserve to be shot.
All right, so let's jump into our other favorite place where you walk down Jabroni Drive and hang a left at Smackdown Alley. Yes. Jabronis and hoes from the Hoe Train galore. We are here to bring you wrestling talk. And we are here to talk Monday Night Raw on Netflix, which this week to me was eventful yet uneventful. You had the whole Seth Rollins bit with him and him talking about Roman Reigns. You had the match between who? The main event was the match for the spot in the Elimination Chamber between
Punk versus Sammy.
Yeah, versus Sammy, Punk and Sammy.
Sami Zayn. That was a good ass match.
It was good.
Yeah.
That was like top tier for Monday Night Raw because the two opponents faced each other for the first time.
Yep.
That was legendary.
Yeah, and more, and you know, more.
Oh, hold on. Oh, we just got a Ray Classic. What's up? Oh man, no bells and whistles with this one. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, Creed's classy bling. Definitely an awesome streamer. We definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much. I see Honeybee Cutie. Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. That's what's up, man.
Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
All the love going out to you. May your days be blessed and your nights be full of money.
Yeah.
But
let's get the shout outs, Sajante. I'm working it out with you. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, so back on subject. Raw Punk and go ahead.
Yeah, but after the match, CM Punk is still my guy.
Yeah,
I'm still love watching him wrestle. But I have to say, the way that WWE and Netflix are setting up things is perfect.
Yeah,
because they're matching up and they're focusing on the older established talent that's been there for decades. They're on the verge of retirement and they're setting up successors, because I can tell you after Punk leaves, I'm going to be transferring my love to Sami Zayn at this point.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing with Sammy. Sammy's from his days back on the Indies as El Generico to now, Sammy has always been a likable character. the saddest thing about it is, even when Sammy's supposed to be a heel, Sammy's a likable character. There was a stretch of WWE about 2-3 years ago where Sammy was still in the mid card. This was before the Bloodline. So actually, sorry, 4 or 5 years ago, because this was before the Bloodline, where Sammy played this conspiracy theory gimmick, where he believed everybody in WWE was working against him, and he would like come out and he would show video and he would say like, this proves that everybody's working against me. And even in that character, he was still a likable character, as annoying as the character was.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn is an amazing guy to follow. If you guys haven't looked him up, El Generico, ROH, like he has Sami Zayn, him and what was known at that time as Kevin Steen, his best friend, his real life best friend, had epic battles. And let's talk about that a little bit. That after this match, after Sami unfortunately took the loss to CM Punk, Sami was attacked by his best friend,
Hey, yo,
his brother,
that shit was
his
funny
amigo.
to me.
Yep.
And
That was funny. He was hilarious. It was hilarious.
I don't know, man. Like,
It came
here's
out of
how I feel.
nowhere.
Yes, it did come out of nowhere, and it surprised me. But here's where I'm like, I think I know it's been a while since they were a tag team, but I could have waited another year or so for the Sammy versus Kevin Owens feud.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely could have. Like, I feel like we're just recently, like when he was with the Bloodline, we recently had a Sammy versus KO feud.
Right.
You know,
And
so it's like,
Right.
And eyes on the bigger prize, the KO Cody Rhodes match after or Grudge, especially after Royal Rumble.
yeah.
That's the bigger storyline.
Yeah.
Don't dilute your character's hate.
Right.
Okay.
well, Kevin Owens, this is the one thing I like about the Kevin Owens character right now. He's spreading the machine gun everywhere. He's firing wide. He does not give a
Yep.
who he hits at this point. Friend, foe, everybody. And I love that about the character. Because that's really what it is. If you step in front of me and say something again and stand in between me and the target that I have chosen, you are now my enemy too. You know, and Sami Zayn did that. Sami Zayn came out to help him and to check on him when he got his body folded through a damn ladder. And he's like, "Why were you out there, Sammy? You distracted me." No, dude, what distracted you was that nice little fold up you did in that ladder. Okay, so yeah, but like in general, like I love Kevin Owens. I love the character he's portraying now. The guy who he's the bad guy that believes he's right, which is a critical bad guy in storytelling.
No, but what defeated Kevin Owens in Rumble was unloading the entire ladder department of a Home Depot into the ring.
Somebody made a couple $100,000 on that match.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I still, and I'm telling you, I still see that Alabama Slam that he put him through that ladder. Like, that shit looked like it really fucking hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He folded his ass.
Like,
His body
like
almost bent that way.
he literally folded him. Like,
Yep.
I keep looking at this like, damn, man, he got fucked up.
I
bro.
mean, yeah.
He got fucked up.
It's all a matter of applied force, because aluminum is stable but doesn't handle kinetic energy very well. Yeah, which is why Wade Barrett was talking about that steel ladder. Blah 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 blah. It's like, okay, no.
We know it's
Logically, we understand that these things are aluminum,
Yeah.
and they're going to fold up really easily. But
man.
it still reinforces the mental mindset of like, holy shit.
Well, it's like movies. It's cinema.
Yeah.
Like that's not an inaccurate representation of what it is. It's cinema. It's supposed to look a lot more brutal than it actually is.
Exactly.
You know, and
yeah.
I love that. That's one of the things that I love about wrestling, is that to an extent you feed that bug, that violence bug in you. But if it's done right and correctly, nobody has to get hurt. You know, and
True.
so it makes it a
True.
fun watch. You know, you can watch Roman Reigns spear out of Cody Rhodes 6 times in a row, and you know Cody's gonna roll out of that ring, go to the back, get some medical attention, and he's gonna be fine. You know, and so it's that match was the epitome of that. Again, like I stated last week, no blood until towards the end of that match. There was no crimson mask. There wasn't a bunch of people. And it was still an amazing match to watch. And it still has Kahari going, God damn, about the finish. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how good of a match it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was just that to me, that was still. I guarantee you, that's probably going to be one of the when it gets for the Slammy Awards. I guarantee you, that's the one that's going to win.
It better.
That's the one that's going to win.
WrestleMania.
Because everybody fell silent.
Yeah.
Like,
we are not
God
going
damn,
to.
I hope he's okay. But
we
we
are
just
not gonna-
won.
Yeah, we are not going to stop talking about that Alabama Slammer until at least Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Depending
They give us
results
something else to go
depending.
with. And at this point, it's looking like the women's thing I'm all for. Like my girl Blissy is back. She's the only girl I love more than Lyra Valkyria. Is Alexa Bliss. It's like she's already in the elimination chamber. You got Bianca Belair in with her win over Piper Niven this week. And
That's
then the
Sister
men's
Abigail.
chamber. The men's chamber is going to be a who's who. Understand that. We've
And-
already got Punk.
right.
We've already got Cena. You know, I believe we have Drew McIntyre as well due to a triple threat match this week on SmackDown.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so
that
like this is
happened.
going to be a who's who.
And I just realized something that we didn't talk about when we were gushing about Royal Rumble. Okay, we did not talk about the return of AJ Styles.
Yeah. The phenomenal one is back.
Oh yeah.
We forgot. We forgot all about. We forgot about Nikki Bella coming back in. for
And
the
she's
Women's
actually back
Rumble.
full time. I don't know how long her contract
Yeah,
is,
she-
but she's
yeah.
actually back full time.
Yeah, she's back. She's
Yeah.
back. Here's the other thing.
But that's
Hold on.
yeah.
While I hold on just a minute. Guess who came back?
Oh, at the end of SmackDown.
TNA, man.
Oh, to TNA.
Jazz.
Really?
Jazz.
Nice. Congrats. Definitely a fan.
Bro,
of hers.
I was
Well,
like,
I know
listen,
JBL's over there. I know Dolph Ziggler's over there. And who else?
It's Nick Namath.
Yeah, well, Nick Namath's over there, yeah. But I'll always know him
Yeah.
as Dolph Ziggler. I believe his brother is over there too. No, his brother's in AEW, Ryan Nemeth. The other one. For those of you who don't remember Ryan Nemeth actually was in WWE because he was one of the members of the Spirit Squad, the same group that Dolph made it in through, or Nick Nemeth made it in through. But no,
Yeah.
really, like the return of Nikki, I'm glad to see. I think she's going to be on a limited schedule, so we're not going to see her much. Like
Yeah.
she didn't come out on Raw or SmackDown because I think they said she's going to be on SmackDown. She didn't come out on either show to give like a "I'm here, I'm back" speech. So I think she's probably going to be on a limited schedule
Right.
where she shows up for only
Right.
certain shows.
Yeah, but my point is like that. I mean, those are two things that we had so much to talk about and so much that was memorable. Those are two things that we forgot.
Yep.
It didn't even cross our minds
Yep.
at the time.
The return of Charlotte, like technically Charlotte Flair returned at the Royal Rumble, only to
And
win
we-
it.
and
Yeah.
of course we talked about that. Yeah, but
You know,
But,
but Triple H gave
Yeah.
us a lot. He gave us a lot of content.
Yeah.
Like
Can
the name of the guy. Just so I don't know if we knew the name last week, but the name of the guy that got the life speared out of him by Braun Breaker is named I Show Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
got shown some speed for sure.
yeah, I just. I mean,
he got
this is-
he got the win sales
Yeah.
knocked the fuck
This-
out of him, bro. That shit was hilarious.
this is
Reminded me of
Logan
that scene
Paul.
from Final Destination when the girl gets hit by the bus.
More like the log coming off the back of that logging truck, man.
Don't bring back those
Listen,
memories, okay? No.
Yeah, but this is Logan Paul's boy, right?
Yeah, that's Logan
I Show
Paul's boy.
Speed.
I Show Speed. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, fuck him.
And
Damn,
real
Brady. Okay,
quick
damn, Brady.
Paul note since you brought up Logan. Jake, I guess, actually thought he had a match lined up with Canelo Alvarez, and Canelo backed out to face an actual contender for his belt. And now he's trying to like shame Canelo in the whatchamacallit. That would have been Jake Paul's first actual boxer. Like, I don't count Mike Tyson. If we could go back in time and put Jake in the ring with Mike in his prime, that match would have lasted approximately a minute and a half before Mike put that boy through the floor. So I don't count Mike Tyson as him facing. Tommy Fury, and the one other real boxer he faced, Tommy Fury, he lost to by unanimous decision. So.
Oh, and shout out to Rio Boss.
Hey, what's up, Rio Boss? Thanks for joining us. Thanks for tapping into one of my last streams too. Appreciate you. But yeah.
So what was I gonna say? But yeah, it was something about one of the matches. Know what I was gonna say? About Nikki Bella coming back. Like that right there was crazy.
Yep.
Like that to me was totally. And then Trish Stratus.
Yeah, well, Trish isn't back. She just came back for the Royal Rumble. Like, Trish isn't back full time.
Yeah.
We aren't going to see her week to week. But she came back for the Royal Rumble, and she'll probably be back for something at WrestleMania. Oh, it was nice to see her again. Same thing with Mickie James. It was nice to see her in the Royal Rumble as well.
Okay. Can we? Okay. Now I have to address this. Can we talk about what happened with the Street Profits shoulder?
Bro, did you watch SmackDown this week?
Man, what? Did I watch it? Do you know how many times I rewound that shit, man? When he sat up there.
Street Profits are up, baby.
He said,
and we want the smoke.
The smoke.
I love it. They got grills. Oh, I'm loving it. Get them. Get them, Angelo. Get them. The fun Street Profits are done. We're getting the serious Street Profits now. Let's go. Sorry. Yes.
He straight up said, they just straight up like came in there. They didn't give a fuck about the Motor City Machine Guns. They didn't give a fuck about DIY. You know what I'm saying? Like they want it. And I think they're gonna get it. I think they are actually going to get these titles.
I think
they're gonna get WrestleMania. Oh yeah.
There you go. I think we're looking at WrestleMania. I think we're building to, but I also think we're building to potentially a 4-team ladder match or a fatal 4-way tag team match between Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, I believe probably
and Pretty Deadly.
DIY,
Pretty
Deadly, yeah. Or somehow it may be like a 16 tag team ladder match, and you may include Los the Legado Fantasma.
LWF?
No, Legado Fantasma. The Humberto Carrillo and whatchamacallit.
Yeah, that's right.
You may get
that's
that.
right.
And just update for you, Saint, so you can be happy. I have actually officially purchased almost all of the DLC packs for WWE 2K24, and I pre-ordered 25. Well, I say,
yeah, 25 is already on the clock. So
I've been putting together my universe for 24 that actually has all of the current champions in their current roles. I've been downloading all the belts, and I'm putting together an AEW and TNA show as well. Well, I say I've just been trying to download all of the actual wrestlers before I do it. I was going to debut it this weekend, but I didn't end up going on. But that was me. Well, I say.
Okay. We just gonna have to go. Just your creative wrestler against mine, and I'll just go ahead and just put the.
Oh, trust me, Damian Dangerous don't play. Like trust me.
Whatever, bro. Whatever.
You don't want the Dark Lord, man. Damian Dark. I mean, is my character's name. Damian Dark. You don't want the Dark Lord, man. All right. You don't want the Dark Lord.
Dream on, Bullwinkle.
And you know that Dark, just so y'all know, because it's fancy, it's spelled DARHK.
Yeah.
Dark.
Yeah. Dream on, Bullwinkle.
For those of you who don't understand, that's actually a nod to Damian Dark from the Arrow show, played by damn it, what was that guy's name? The actor's name, love him to death.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Neil McDonough.
Neil McDonough. Yeah, it's a nod to his portrayal of Damian Dark in the Arrow series I truly enjoyed.
Who was Dum Dum Dugan in first Captain America film.
Yep, and I believe he showed up again in Avengers, didn't he? And he showed up. Dum Dum showed up in another
No,
Marvel movie. No, I thought he did.
nope. Maybe in like a one shot dealing
Uh,
with the Howling Commandos, but no, not in any of the main lines.
Ryu Boss, to answer your
Oh no no
question,
no 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 no! Agent Carter.
Agent Carter. Okay, he did show up in Agent Carter. Well, I say Ryu Boss, to answer your question, you'll probably, if I remember correctly, the release schedule has 2K25 coming out around WrestleMania, around the same time as WrestleMania. So maybe like the
Right.
Thursday before WrestleMania. I actually enjoy that launch schedule, like as preferable to October, which is what they were on before. I like it. I like the new game coming out right around WrestleMania, because that's normally after WrestleMania is when everything changes to whatever it's going to be new, and then you get everything that it was up to that point. But anyway, so that's when you can get WWE 2K25. But in general, yeah, man, like SmackDown closed amazing. You had the main event between Jay and Cody Rhodes against Jacob Fatu, the fastest rising star in the WWE right now, in Tongaloa, or Tamatonga, was
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Listen.
uh,
That motherfucker right there, that Samoan werewolf, bro, he is brutal, and he's
Jacob
like
Fatu is the man.
thing. But can I just ask a question?
What's that?
What the hell? Why did Solo Sikoa just like he just ruined the whole plan, man. It's like I was
Impact,
just
baby.
hoping that Jacob, yeah, like he was gonna like come in there and and get to work, but
Strike at a moment.
this I think it's gonna be
Strike at a
it's gonna
moment in which
be
they
some
least expected. That's what Solo did. Cody was celebrating his win with his cousin, and Solo made his comeback.
I didn't think he was gonna make it that quick. I thought he was gonna be like sometime after or maybe right around WrestleMania. I guarantee you, Mr. Johnson is gonna be coming back pretty soon, I bet.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he'll be back full time at all. Like some we were talking
No,
about.
I'm just talking about just coming back for WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, he'll have some kind of role in WrestleMania. He will definitely have some kind of role in WrestleMania. It's just a matter of what his role is going to be. But in general, Triple H, the Raw after Royal Rumble, now the SmackDown after Royal Rumble. Keep it going. Like I can't wait to see what your first basically solo with no Vince McMahon hovering over you road to WrestleMania is gonna be like, because I'm impressed so far. I'm definitely impressed
Yeah,
so far.
that's that I forgot about. I had completely forgotten that this is the first year post Vince McMahon era. And I think that this is gonna be a good one. And I'm looking at all the results from what I'm seeing and the wrestlers that are coming back into the fold. And this is good. Like Alexa Bliss coming back. Now that was a winner.
Mama Bliss.
That
Mama
was
Bliss,
that
for
yeah,
sure.
that's definitely a winner. And I'm hoping that maybe her and Rita
Who?
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice, even though I think she's probably going to be on SmackDown. She's on SmackDown anyway, but it would be nice to get a match with those two.
Oh, don't worry. We'll build to that. We'll build to that. I think that right now, I think our prime matchup. I personally think there's a good chance that Alexa Bliss could win the Elimination Chamber. She's already in. I think there's a good chance that she could win it, because when I look at, I got to see what the full field is to see what I think her chances are of winning it. But I could see them going in that direction, and then giving us Charlotte will probably pick Tiffany Stratton, so you would be giving us Rhea versus Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania. Because remember, most
Yeah,
likely
'cause-
we're looking at Charlotte versus Tiffany
Tiffy.
Stratton. Yeah. So
yeah,
if we get
Tiffy
Tar-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really great promo between Charlotte and Rhea Ripley.
oh yeah,
And Charlotte showing Rhea Ripley who the alpha bitch there is. I
Oh,
can
no.
take my time.
I love the way the Charlotte Flair character has evolved, and I think this is going to be one of the best versions of that character that we've seen in a very, very long time.
Now, is that new entrance music for her?
Yes. Well, yes and
Yeah.
no. All of her music has that classic flair. Dun,
Yeah,
dun,
yeah.
yeah. Like, but
those
yes,
things
this is
that are out
new.
there, yeah.
Yeah, but this is
Yeah,
this is definitely a new theme song.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not good.
bro. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm sorry. I just because I just had the thought. What about that New Day music?
I was just gonna say that as soon as Dave got done. I was just gonna say, but the
No, I was
best new theme song right now is the New Day. That shit slaps. Like that shit slaps so damn hard. And I love their whole new look. Like it. Here's the one thing I've always loved about the New Day: Xavier
that
Woods and
New
Kofi
Day.
Kingston and Big E, all of them together, but definitely those two specifically. They have this love for
no,
anime
They on
that
some dark.
shines
They on
through.
some
Yeah,
dark.
but-
They on some dark anime shit. Yeah.
Xavier.
Yeah, that
Xavier Woods
that was on
family.
some dark anime shit.
Xavier Woods
Thank you, Creed.
family
Classy. Have a great
on
evening.
Raw. Oh my God!
Yes, that was hilarious.
Thank you, Creed.
But that's
Thank
that's
you.
what I'm
was just
saying.
Like,
But that's what I'm saying though. Like that new the whole new look. They look like they were two bad guys out of Dragon Ball Z. Like legit. Even their little background thing, the new logo that they have that pops up on the Titantron, like they look like bad guys from Dragon Ball Z. And here's the thing that I love about it that I just mentioned. I believe that is intentional. That's the thoughts that they want to invoke with what they're doing. And that's what's so amazing about it. Love you, New Day.
Yeah.
I'm always going to love you. New Day rocks for me no matter what, whether you guys are the bad guys or the good guys. I love it.
No doubt.
yep. I
Okay.
mean, yeah. I mean, I am definitely loving them.
Yeah.
So,
So,
although
and like I said, new Street
I
Profit
do-
heels, New Day heels. Let's go. Let's go. 2025, baby.
And later on, I'm going to post. I posted it to you guys in our DMs, but I'm going to post it on the First GenXers Facebook page. So a couple years ago, when DC Comics launched their comics app to go up against Marvel Unlimited, DC Comics they got Sam Witwer to gather up some of his buddies and associates to do a live stream campaign of the old DC Heroes role-playing game.
Nice.
Now, and I shared it with you guys, and among, let's see, there was Sam Witwer, also most people know as the voice of Darth Maul from Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had Vanessa Marshall, aka Harrison Dula from Rebels. They had Freddie Prince Jr., Canon Jarrus, and this was like this was before we know what we know now about the ending of Rebels. Okay, this was the last we saw was Karen Jarrus being that badass, and everyone we saw what happened, and we were all broken about it. But yeah, so this was Hera and Kanan, back together talking, and the fourth player was WWE's own Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Consequences, Creed, my brother. Not
And I'm not going to spoil the surprise at the ending, but it is the most unique take on the character he ends up playing that there's ever been.
Nice.
He was playing a character who usually gives all the fucks. He was playing that character with absolutely zero fucks.
Nice. Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo. All right, fellas.
Yeah.
So we will stop the wrestling talk there so that we can move into their favorite segment of the show. Yeah, I'm talking about y'all watching.
with the global breaking news that our gamer nightmare is over. PlayStation Network is back up online.
You know what? I'm gonna say this because I was actually see the beauty about a lot of Xbox players is that and I'm not gonna hate on anybody, but in a lot of senses I can hate. Um Xbox
And do.
players, if you get knocked offline, you guys don't get access to your games. And to me, that sucks. That really does suck.
Mm.
Xbox, all that, like if you had an Xbox 360, yeah. Xbox One, you can't play your games offline.
You can't?
But PlayStation, yeah, you can.
Okay, never mind.
If your internet is shut down in any kind of way, you cannot access your games on the Xbox.
I've
That's
done
weird,
it
I know.
before. No, I've done it before.
Yeah.
When I didn't have internet, I used to play my NBA 2K20. What was it? One. I just didn't have access to the NBA 2K servers, but it allowed me to continue playing my season on my MyPlayer.
On the Xbox on the
Xbox One. Yeah, on the Xbox One.
What about on
as long as I had the
that's
disc.
That's
As long as I had
Yeah.
the
oh,
disc.
if you had the disc. I'm talking about the
Right.
digital stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Digital, I haven't experimented with, but I'm not necessarily saying that you're wrong on that.
Yeah.
So it's just I haven't tried it, so I don't know.
I mean, I've had more access to my PS games offline,
Yeah.
because there have been times when, I didn't have a greatest internet signal, but I always had that capability. If I wanted to go ahead and play the game, at some point, you'll just end up having to catch up to the, with the trophies and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And, you access it at that point.
Miss out on it.
So,
Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
that is an evil picture up there, Kevin.
Which one?
The Hell Hydra.
Hell Hydra.
That's-
It's cold.
That was the coldest. I swear that was the coldest panel in Marvel history. When
Yeah.
you see Captain America and those two words come out of his mouth, and you're
Yep.
like, "What the fuck?"
Cap
Yep.
was no fucking joke. Bottom line, like in that scene, like that scene behind me is almost as polarizing to me as the Vader scene from that comic book where he has that entire army behind him, and he's in that last line that he says about all I see is dead men. Cold,
And fear.
ice cold, yeah, ice cold. And this one behind me, same thing, ice cold.
Okay.
I would love to see
All
that
right.
happen in the MCU at some point, but they won't ever
Yeah.
do it.
Now, so
Video games.
gaming, but not video games. Just got a announcement that Hasbro and Legendary Entertainment, makers of fine kaiju films, are joining forces to bring Magic the Gathering to big and small screens.
Could be interesting.
They signed a licensing deal to do live action feature films and the television universe.
See, everybody is
focusing
trying
on
to
the
get
very-
in. What?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy with as far as I'm concerned. Any card game right now, when it comes to video games, I'm sorry, right now is Yu-Gi-Oh, because that's just the way it's going.
Yeah.
Especially that card that Dark Lord got me into. That game, yeah,
Master Duel is pretty sick.
I play that shit on the side.
See,
Yeah,
My
I play that shit on the side.
I
my-
recently started getting into
biggest-
online play, and it's pretty sick.
my biggest issue with this,
Mm.
and I don't have a problem with Magic the Gathering being
As
turned
an
into
IP, yeah.
as a live action IP, because there's a crap ton of lore. There's 30 plus years of lore, actual lore that went into everything.
Right.
But my issue is that Hasbro just made a deal with one of the premier production studios in Hollywood today. and they're not touching Dungeons and Dragons with it.
Damn. Wow.
Okay, for 40 goddamn years, fans have been complaining, yelling, screaming at the top of our voices for an live action adaptation of the Dragonlance novels. We're not just talking just a niche. We're talking millions of people screaming. Those screams only got louder when New Line had the Lord of the Rings trilogy and showed that big budget fantasy could be back.
Okay.
Okay.
All those things did work.
Yes. And Hasbro, their only Dungeons and Dragons film, has been a decent off-brand D&D.
Which man? Which movie?
The one
Which
with
Honor
Chris
Among-
Pine and
Honor
Michelle
Among Thieves.
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Okay.
The most recent
The
one.
most recent one.
It was set in Forgotten Realms,
Yeah.
but it wasn't obviously a Forgotten Realms story. We are talking about an intellectual property. Dungeons and Dragons has been around for 50 plus years, generated 50 years worth of lore, has some 100 plus odd novels printed,
Yeah.
available for conversion into live action. Some beloved properties, not just the Dragonlance books,
Yeah.
but also the books set in Forgotten Realms, the Avatar trilogy, Spellfire, the Drizzt Do'Urden novels. One of the a character who has the same amount of passion and popularity amongst fantasy readers as characters from the dawn of the pulp era.
Damn.
Yeah.
And they don't want to do live action of any of these things. Who knows why? I have it on the authority of some of the authors and the guy who was in charge of TSR's book publishing back in the day when they were cranking out all these novels, that it is not a royalty issue. It is not an issue of figuring out who gets paid for the adaptations. They own it all free and clear. And it's like my problem with Sony. Why make billions when we can make millions?
Oh,
I mean,
man.
that is it's the mindset. I mean, like I said, I'm not denying that there's not enough lore to build a live action universe when I'm actually together. There's more than enough. There was enough with the first couple releases, and that was like, 3 years into the initial run.
And
Absolutely.
But they're still ignoring the potential of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Because it is there. It has as much potential as the Marvel Universe had before the Disney buyout.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. I agree that there's a lot that there is there to work with for them for Dungeons and Dragons. I think what ends up happening in Hollywood with a lot of these IPs, and this is what made Kevin Feige and what he did with the MCU so unique, is a lot of them are too caught up in trying to tell a new story. We don't want to tell a story that's already been told 5 times, but yet they'll give us 6 Superman movies or Superman origin movies. They're always looking for a new story to tell, and I think that's what happened with Dungeons and Dragons is that they looked the people creating it looked at all the lore, were completely overwhelmed with where to start, and just said, you know what, we'll just do the basics and we'll just tell a new story. because it's easier than putting in the work that someone like Kevin Feige did into making sure that the stories that he's telling are as coherent as they can be in the transition from the paper medium to the visual medium, or to the movie medium, to the live action medium.
Right.
Like there's you can't do everything exactly as it was done in the comic books, but you can still keep the core feel of the story.
Right.
True.
It is also the corporate culture at Hasbro.
Yeah.
In that the Hasbro of our youth is dead, gone, buried, and decomposing.
Yeah.
Okay. All that Hasbro does right now is nostalgia FOMO selling. When was the last time there was a new member of the Joe team? I'm not talking about a new release of a G.I. Joe figure. I'm talking about a brand new member of the G.I. Joe team. When was there the last new Transformers character?
True.
When was they're better with the Star Wars license, but that's because they got someone else doing all the creation for them.
Yeah.
But Hasbro and the stuff they hold free and clear, okay, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Mask, Micronauts, ROM, all that they're doing is they're putting out these San Diego Comic-Con exclusive for burst selling, and anything that doesn't sell gets shipped on down to Walmart the next day.
Hey,
For
Walmart's a good
discount
place
selling.
to pick up some stuff like that.
Yeah,
but,
it
all
is.
right.
But it's nothing creative. It's
Yeah.
just you now have
Rebrand,
it's rebranding previous characters.
Yeah.
Studio series, masterpiece series,
Oh, it gives much. Squeeze the cash cow for as long as you can till you get the last drop of milk out of it.
and
But
and
I
that-
do need to bring us back on track with
Sorry.
with video games again. We kind of
Yeah.
got off track with D&D there. Love the game, love D&D. But yeah, want to say one of the things that we were excited about. We were talking about it a little earlier. Is as me and Saint were excited about and Dave as well a little bit, is the release of WWE 2K25 coming up here probably around WrestleMania season. Saint has already mentioned it. There's a potential roster of over 300 wrestlers that will exist on this version. That's huge.
And their variants.
Yeah, but here's the problem with it.
And
300. Here's the problem with me. It's the same thing that I have with those advertisements for those gaming sticks. 20,000 games. It's really like 5,000, and then like 18 variations of like a good couple of thousands of them from different countries. And it's kind of the same thing with WWE. Really, you're probably only getting about 200 actual wrestlers, and then the last 100 are just variants of different wrestlers. CM Punk from 2008, The Rock from 94. Like, it is 300, but it's not really 300.
or even the legit wrestlers that copy the archetype of other wrestlers.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
really, when you get down to it, what's the difference between Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Mick Foley? Not any of Mick Foley's personalities, but the Mick Foley.
okay. Because let me kind of feel this. Okay, like for instance, like I have the majority of the variants of that are unlockables. But what I see in that sense, like let's say John Cena, when he was the prototype, it was a whole different variation. Then you got the Doctor of Thugonomics. That was a whole different variation of that. And then of course, the You Can't See Me and the purple dinosaur Barney shorts and all that other kind of stuff. And to me, I see them as different characters. They're the same person, but different, different variants of it because
Here's the problem
there were certain years.
Here's the
Right,
problem
but
that I
yeah,
have with
but-
it, Saint. You can achieve the same goal by just giving us multiple different skins and outfits for them without making them all individual, separate characters.
Right.
You want to be
I mean,
Thugonomics
and-
John Cena? Put your John Cena, your base John Cena, into the Thugonomics gear, and bam, now you have Thugonomics John Cena. It doesn't need to be a whole different character. Is what my complaint
Right.
is. Is like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And-
yeah, Eddie Guerrero in what Latino Heat was one of Eddie Guerrero's many forms when he was from when he was a member of the Rascals, so on and so forth. But I don't need three different playable Eddie Guerrero characters. Just give me the different skins for one playable Eddie Guerrero character, and I'll choose which one I want him to be. Like, so I get what you're saying. That yeah, they are different characters, but you can achieve the same thing as giving us 5 different John Cenas by just
not
having
if you
5
got-
different
well,
outfits that John Cena can be in.
Well, not if you get. Well, not if you get. Not if you get. Let's say an example. You have Rey Mysterio 97 when he was Rey Mysterio Jr.
Mhm.
And the difference between the Rey Mysterio that's like now, like in the is different ratings and different, different, aspects of it. I mean, it's
That's
it's
fair
like the
enough.
difference in the strength and stuff.
Right.
So yeah,
I just think that there's plenty of
I-
slots that can be given to where you actually have 300 different. There's enough history in the WWE. Sorry, Dave, didn't mean to cut you all like that. But
No,
there's
no,
enough
it's okay.
history and characters in the WWE that you can literally give us a 300 character roster without duplicating a single character. Like
Right.
there's enough
And-
wrestlers that have been in WWE without even going down into people like the Brooklyn Brawler and shit like that. There's been enough superstars over the 50 years of WWE for you to give us a 300 character roster without duplicating a single character.
Right.
Like
And
that's what my point. But they don't want to pay all those people.
Yeah.
Go on, Dave. Sorry.
Yeah. And my point, it's okay. My point is that there's a lot of repeated archetypes
Yeah.
throughout the history of WWE. When you get right down to it, other than the costumes and some of the patented maneuvers, what's the difference between the War Raiders and the Road Warriors?
Now, I will say this. I get where you're going with it. That they're both like basically like you could say the same thing about Demolition. That they're
fulfill-
basically
they both right. They
you know-
all fill the same archetype niche in there.
Right.
They do it in different ways.
I was
which
gonna say in 3
appreciate.
different ways because Demolition is more like a rocker type group. You got Road Warriors, which were more of biker gang than they were Vikings. Like the War Raiders are more Vikings than they are biker gang. You see what I'm saying? But yes, they both have that biker gang type feel
Right,
to
but
the character.
But more beyond that, it's the Berserk Warrior archetype.
Yeah. The
That's something that both
headbangers,
the
yeah.
Road Warriors, that's the archetype that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, functionally, is there any difference? And I'm looking at this from a purely systematic viewpoint.
Right.
Is a lot of it, I understand the need for it for the nostalgia matchup,
Mhm.
for the answer of who would be who, Mike Tyson in his prime or Muhammad Ali in his prime.
Yeah.
I understand those things and those aspects of it.
Yeah.
But for the casual gamer, and then again, this is also WWE. There is no such thing as a casual WWE gamer when it comes to that property. Yeah, we're going to have our loves and everything all meshed in there. But from a systematic viewpoint, it's maybe change some stats around, but it's basically almost cut and paste the skin mesh and transfer it on to the new skeletons.
All right, so I'm gonna take us back to the game there, but I agree with you, Dave. I do agree with you. We're gonna run down this list of all these people that are supposed to be in there. Some may surprise you, most probably won't. All right, so we open with, of course, Who is it? Let's see. The first person on the list is, of course, your current WWE champion, Cody Rhodes. Of course.
Yep.
CM Punk. Awesome. The BBL that is Bailey. Okay. And I don't mean BBL in the way y'all think I do. I mean big, beautiful Latina. Okay. That's what I mean. Okay. Liv Morgan. Damian Priest, of course, the Punisher. Rhea Ripley, the other half of the Terror Twins. The Undertaker, as Teddy Long would say. Roman Reigns. Of course, these next few are going to be all expected, being that the main storyline of WWE 2K25 is the Bloodline storyline. So you got Roman Reigns, main event Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Paul Heyman, Sami Zayn, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa. Okay. You also have the entire Wyatt Six. Now, you only get the Wyatt Six as a part of the Wyatt Six pre-order bonus. Okay. But I'm sure at some point they'll be released as DLC and you can buy them separately. So you get Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, Eric Rowan, Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy, and Nikki Cross. You'll get John Cena. Boo-boo-doo-boo. Boo-boo-doo-boo. Dave Bautista. Becky Lynch. Bret Hart. The excellence of execution. Hell yeah. The one and only ninth wonder of the world, Miss China. Dominic Dirty Dom Mysterio. One of my favorite female wrestlers of all time. I'm so sad she didn't come back for the Royal Rumble. That is the one and only Miss Lita. Nia Jax. Yeah. Rey Mysterio. The whole fucking show. Rob Van Dam. For those of you who don't remember. Seth freaking Rollins. The one and only and beloved Umaga.
Okay.
Bianca Belair. Of course, no WWE game is complete without Stone Cold Steve Austin. You also got Yokozuna.
Okay.
The beautiful was a.
I was just gonna say, considering that this is gonna be the Bloodline edition.
Yep, Yokozuna
So
will have its
know
place.
about Yokozuna and the Wild Samoans. I know that's going to be in there from what I've confirmed.
Yep.
And
hold on, I'm not done with the list here, fellas. We're almost done. We got Io Sky, Latino Heat, Mr. Eddie Guerrero, Mr. Boo Man himself, Hulk Hogan, Xavier Woods, of course, Blair Davenport, if you haven't been keeping up, she's on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Lexis King, who was actually the son of Brian Pillman, for those of you who don't know. AJ Styles. One big SOB, Braun Strowman. Andrade. The Rock, for you, Saint. And it is the final boss version. Randy Orton. Jade Cargill. And Shayna Baszler. And that would complete the list there, fellas.
Oh.
Now, there were also a couple of exceptions. Now, also too, from what I've understand, and that's rumored, but I do believe that Jacqueline is going to be in the in this copy of WWE 2K25. We already know that the Nation of Domination, Rock, is going to be.
Well, he was in 24, wasn't he?
No, he was just in. He was in. He was the 2001 Rock, 2001, and the current Rock. But he's also the final boss in this one too.
In this one,
yeah.
So yeah, no,
you have to do the what you call it. You have to play the
showcase.
No, not the showcase. The what do you call the other matches? The one with the card matches and stuff like that.
Oh, the My
Faction.
My Faction, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
In order to get him. But like this year's WWE was like I said, I can't wait to see the full roster. That I would assume that anybody that is currently on the WWE roster right now, NXT, SmackDown, Raw, is going to be in the game. Like they're gonna have
No
a
doubt.
character in the game. Go on, Dave. You were gonna give your thoughts.
So, I was just going to say that mention of the list with Shayna Baszler reminded me of something from the Royal Rumble.
What's that?
That I noticed. If you remember, I was watching delayed in there, and in the Women's Rumble, a couple minutes after Shayna Baszler came out, I said she's going to turn
Okay.
on her tag mates. Okay, because I was going by.
Did she turn on him?
Leggings. No, she didn't.
Oh, okay.
But I was going by the leggings because
Yeah.
we all know this Shayna Baszler, and now that I've seen her in action, I do love her.
Yes. She's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah, but she loves her. She loves her, and a lot of times the leggings that she wears are hints to
And what
what's
she's
going to
gonna
happen.
be.
Like,
Nice.
yeah, what she's going to be doing. Like the big heel turn that she did last year.
Against Ronda Rousey.
when she
Yeah.
did- yeah, when she did that, her leggings were of a faction in Warhammer called the Emperor's Children or the Sons of Horus, who were
Nice.
the main betrayal faction in the
In
Empire,
Warhammer.
in the Imperium, in Warhammer, in the Horus Heresy that split
There
everything
you go.
apart.
There
Okay,
you go.
so when
Like I
you got-
said. Go ahead.
on the Rumble, her red leggings took me a while to see it, but the angular symbol that looked like Japanese kanji, that's actually a symbol in Warhammer 40k for the Chaos God Khorne. Khorne,
Okay.
the Blood God. Blood for the Blood God, skulls for the Skull Throne. All of his followers are all about the ultraviolets.
Okay.
And more importantly, the other symbol that she had on her leggings, the symbol, the circular one, that was the symbol of a chapter called the World Eaters, which
Okay.
are an entire chapter that turned to corn worship, and their most infamous member of the World Eaters is a character called Karn the Betrayed.
Okay.
Given that name, because he's so bloodlust, even if he's starting the fight with you, that's no guarantee that he's not going to turn on you by the end of the fight. He just wants to slaughter anyone that's in front of him. That's a
Well-
part of the model's rules. Even
Well, I
if
was
you
gonna
can't
say.
put next to him, you're going to get that chain axe. and
The
skull.
Shayna character is that basis. Like she truly doesn't
Yeah.
care about anything other than carnage,
Right.
and that's what that group is supposed to be about. But okay,
Oh, you talking about Raw
But that-
Fusion?
yeah,
Yeah.
like Pure
Yeah.
Fusion Collective. Yeah, they are supposed to be about just creating
Right.
chaos.
Oh,
Her,
you know,
Zoe
one of
Stark.
them is gone now. You know that, right?
Who got released?
Sonya Deville.
Did she? Well, they weren't doing
Yeah,
much
she's
with her
gone.
anyway. So
Okay.
there's a good chance
But
she
yeah,
asked
that's
for
why-
her. What's her name?
But that's why I thought that during the Rumble, Shane was going to do everyone for herself and toss out some of her teammates.
Yeah. Well, hey, the Royal Rumble is everybody for itself. So
Yeah.
wouldn't have blamed her.
Nope. Okay, so that was my last sidetrack for today, I promise you.
Well, I know there's a big game going on that a lot of us want to probably get to watching, so we'll move forward through the video game, through lots of video games, and get to where can we find you next. Dave, kick us off, and then Saint follow behind him.
Okay, I am currently down right now because I am waiting for some new equipment to arrive for my PS5, specifically one of them back pillows that you sit up in bed with.
Huh.
We don't got Craftmatic, okay? So I gotta go old school and get myself set up. So it's just been too uncomfortable playing for long periods of time in the bed. So I gotta get everything good. But we are gonna be coming back, and Walmart should be dropping that off on my doorstep tomorrow. So hopefully I will be back on tomorrow night.
All right, bet.
Wow.
Saint,
Tonight I'm keeping my
Okay.
back intact.
I hear you have a special
All right, so
announcement
then-
for us today, Saint.
Okay, so
Yes.
I will be the very next time I will be streaming on Tuesday for a brand new premiere edition episode of the original Now versus Then. This is not NVT Deuce. This is Now versus Then. And this is going to be more on a not necessarily a talk show, but it will be a panel. It will be about some parts of the music industry. Um, of course, I have my co-host. I have, of course, the moderator, the one and only C. John Tate will be in the building, as well as the return of Blaze and Poetic Beats. And then, of course, Miss Toy will also be a part of that. But then I'm going to be joined by my boy Bruce Bowers, who's Agent 85. And then, of course, we have the one and only Nova Kane Omega. And you guys know her right here. She streams right here on Twitch, and you guys know her as Black Girl Gamer. But the guests, of course, is the one and only CMG for the Conscious Daughters, as well as an artist named A Payne. We are going to kick the ballistics, man. It's going to be so much fun. And we've been waiting to get back to Now versus Then for quite a while. So I am truly excited. And then, of course, we also do NBT Deuce on Thursday. But in between, there will be some game streams because we got new equipment kicking in. So I'm really happy about the direction that this entire group is coming forward to. So yeah, I'm a happy camper, man.
There you go.
I am.
There you go. So you heard it here first on the Cheap Pop Podcast. Now versus Then, dropping on Tuesday. Be sure to check in. It's definitely worth a watch. It's an amazing show. I want to say. All right, so where can you find me next? Well, I'm waiting to hear back from my co-host O'Malley. She may be joining me. She may be drunk after the big game, so she may not join me. But either way, there will be a classroom on this afternoon or this evening at 6 p.m., 6:15 Pacific, 9:15 Eastern, and we will be talking about the Super Bowl that's going on right now. So it looks like she's down. So we're going to have me and O'Malley discussing the big game, and we'll also be discussing the Warriors trade of Andrew Wiggins and company to Miami for Jimmy Butler and the impact that's going to have on their season moving forward. So we'll be talking.
I might have to tap in on that.
So
I need answers.
Oh yeah,
and I'm pretty sure that O'Malley is gonna throw.
She's gonna have an opinion. She's gonna have something to say.
No, she's just gonna. Well, she's gonna wail him out, stab him in the heart. Damn it.
Hold on, I'm letting her know the end of the game. Okay, so there will be one on tonight. It will not be on at its standard time. Sorry, 6:15. We will be on immediately following the Super Bowl right here on Twitch. So if you're watching the big game, you can watch all of the big game and then tune in to see what me and O'Malley have to say about it afterwards. As usual, if you want to hear a replay of this on the audio, you can check it out on Thursdays at 3:20 on the First GenXers Radio Network on Live 365. And you can check out a replay whenever you want here on Twitch, over on KK Double Network YouTube, and also on the 2KK2network.com as well. So those are multiple places where you can check out replays of this lovely show. And also, if you want to listen to it on audio as well, download it, Spreaker.com. We have, you can download this show as of, it'll be up normally on Friday morning at about 8:30. You can download it and listen to it on the podcast. And soon to come, I will be starting a Patreon as well. A non-pay Patreon to start, but it'll be there. All right, y'all. Hope you have enjoyed. This has been Dark Lord 100, The Saint and Rune Scryer, and Cheap Pop Podcast. May all of you have a blessed day. Are you rating us out, guy?
Yes, I will be doing just that. Let me go ahead and get it done and have it happen.
Thank you, Sajante. Thank you for hanging out. And to all of you who joined us on YouTube, we appreciate you as well.
All right, let's go. We're out, y'all.
Peace.